What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the fallout of the PlayStation Showcase and a couple leakers coming out to say there should have been more. Not only should there have been more, but they have actually seen more of this stuff. So this really started with Tom Henderson, I think even like the day of, or at least like the next day, saying, yeah, there's some stuff that I thought they were going to show. And I mean, there's speculation, right? I've said it before. I think Stellar Blade, I don't know why that wouldn't have been there. You got things like The Last of Us factions, and we've talked about how even if you give those to Jeff Keighley at Summer Games Fest, why would you do that 2 weeks later after your own big show? You could argue, okay, are they still afraid of the Activision Blizzard thing? I know that's been an argument tossed around for like years at this point, and a lot of people just flat out reject that idea. That's totally fine. I understand that. I respect that. But that could be an issue here. That could be something they're playing around with. But then he starts to go into, well, no, like he's seen stuff. And then we have the snitch who, I mean, if you guys have been following the channel for a little bit, I've tried to cover a lot of the snitch's rumors. This individual is on the money, probably some sort of like YouTube employee, right? That they can see kind of back end data of YouTube. And this person is pretty right most of the time that they talk. In fact, I don't even know if they've ever once been wrong. And he has specifically said, I believe on his Discord, that he saw things. He saw videos of the trailers that weren't, I guess, supposed to be there, or he thought was going to be there, and then they were not there. And he even went on to say that there's a AAA PC port that's coming out in July. So in 2 months, unless it comes out at the very end of July, less than 2 months away, there's a AAA game release of Sony's that they're releasing on PC, and they didn't talk about it. You have that detachable disk drive rumor thing that Tom Henderson has talked about. So there does seem, you can speculate. You can speculate and say, yeah, they probably could have done more. And now you have leakers that have said, well, if you believe me, and it's up to you if you want to believe me, but if you believe me, I've actually seen trailers that they didn't put into the PlayStation Showcase. So again, I'm left with why? Like, why in God's name would you do something like that? I know there's been speculation that maybe they could do a second one. I was joking. I literally was making a joke. I was laughing at myself as I normally do in the live stream, the co-stream that I did of the PlayStation Showcase, and I said, well, when's the next one? When would you ever, and this was like in the beginning, before we saw the showcase, because, obviously in 2021, they did 2, right? But then they took 2 years off, so, and I'm always going to round that, okay? So it's always going to be 2 years to me. I know it's a little bit less, but, okay, so they have done it twice in the same year before, but they also took a 2-year gap. So would they be willing to do one in like September, October? Are they going to start doing them just yearly? Are they going to take another? I can't imagine you take another 2 years off. That seems insane to me. But maybe it's lining up to do another one. You even have Insomniac, depending on how much you want to read into this one. Insomniac tweets out that, we'll have more info on the release date of Spider-Man and the pre-order stuff and the accessibility stuff. We'll have more soon. And it's like, well, I mean, how soon? Is it like 2 weeks soon? Because in which case, why couldn't you have just done it at the showcase? Is it 2 months later? Because, okay, that makes sense. But are you going to do it on your own? Which you probably will. It'll probably be like a Twitter and YouTube video like thing. Or is there a dedicated state of play to Spider-Man? I think that does make sense, maybe, to do a state of play just for Spider-Man. So, there's things up in the air that potentially maybe Sony does another showcase. I'm not like expecting it at all. At this point, I'm expecting like once a year. So if they don't do anything, maybe they do like a dedicated thing for Spider-Man. Maybe they do a PlayStation blog post for Stellar Blade, or a PlayStation blog post for the detachable PS5, right? If they do stuff like that, that makes sense to me. I'm personally not expecting another showcase, that term, until next year. But there could be stuff out there that, again, Sony pulled their punches for some, and that's not, I am not giving them excuses. That is not an excuse to me, right? That they had stuff ready and they just chose not to show it. I guess that means, yeah, the showcase could have been better and we would have been a little bit nicer to it, but like, that's not what happened. So why would I, why would I care at the end of the day about that? So, I hope that we get more info. I hope we see Stellar Blade. I hope we see The Last of Us and all this kind of, and I'm sure we will. It's not going to be at the one that we just saw, the PlayStation Showcase we just saw. So let me know what you guys think about just the weird choices it seems like they're making that they have trailers and they just weren't showing them. Do you think they're like afraid of the Activision Blizzard thing? What do you think the reasons are? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.